So guys, now what we have to do, we have to promote the server as a domain controller, right? So click over there, add a new forest, name it like davinder.com or whatever.com. Next. Put that DSRM password. Guys, do you know what is DSRM?
It's like a recovery password in case we need to.
Yeah, if your domain controller got failure or whatever the disaster, in that case, from that particular file, you can restore the entire AD.
Should we just keep it unchecked?
No. We are not configuring any read-only domain controller, right?
Okay. And the functional level has
Yeah,
the
yeah. It should be at least n-2. So we are installing 2022. So some legacy functionality should be there, right? So we'll go with the 2016. Click on next.
Okay.
Next. Click on next. So that is a database for your Active Directory. In production, we always used to change that path to keep it, secure. But in test lab, we'll go with the default directory. Next again. Install it. Again, it will take a while. In the meantime, if you guys having anything to ask, you can ask.
So you're dedicatedly working on Citrix platform, Manish?
Yes, since last 10 to 12 years.
Gotcha. So you're Citrix groups.
Basically, when I was intern in 2000, I think 13 or 12, right? So, like, initially I got hired for Citrix project only when it was very new.
Okay.
So I used to work there as a intern for 1 year, then promoted to permanent employee, L1, L2, L3, then project manager. Then right now I'm working with Infosys as a data center architect.
Nice.
So my job responsibilities are to design new data centers for my new clients as per the client requirement.
Very good.
You have 13 years of experience, right, sir?
Sorry, come again. What
You
did you
have
say?
13 years of experience.
Yes, almost.
Okay.
I started my career when I was, 16 or 17, maybe 17 or 18 in years. On that time, I was studying in my college, and that Wipro company came over there to hire the students, and I was in second year or third year at that time.
Mm.
So they hired me, and my final year compensation is given by Wipro only, and that's it. They spent on me. So I worked for them for 5 years. Then I moved.
Mm. And rest is history.
Yeah, rest is history.
Yeah.
I worked as a permanent employee for multiple, big giants in India like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, right?
Mm.
But
Okay.
after COVID, I left my job
Mm.
and I started bidding for the companies to deploy the data center. So right now I'm working as a contractor for every company.
Right. Okay.
So I simply used to bid the data center,
Mm.
costing whatever the plan. As per the plan, I have to give them the presentation. I have to give them a bidding. If bidding amount is approved, then I have
Mm.
to go to the data center to deploy the things.
Got it.
Because earlier, when I was working for the companies, so in like corporate, like you have to spend your major time, important 8 hours, right,
Mm.
for the company, and rest 16 hours you have to go to your home, you have to go to the bed, you have to take your food, whatever you have to do, but you cannot utilize that evening time for your future.
So,
So I left it. Right now I'm working for myself only.
mm.
So I never regret whether I am working 8 hours or 17 hours or 19 hours in a day. Whatever
Absolutely
I'm doing for myself.
true.
And I also advise the same for everyone. Please go to the corporate, work for them for 5 years, 6 years, take some
Mm.
experience, get the knowledge how companies are earning, right? Wow,
Mm.
how from where they guys are getting the business. So
Got it.
few key points you have to take from them. And once you have enough resources, enough money to, set up the things, you can left.
Mm.
But
Okay.
you cannot do that so quickly, right? Because multiple things are there. We have to pay multiple things like home loans or, house rent
Right.
allowance, multiple things we have to pay.
Very true. I think everything has a right time when it comes to your life.
Yeah,
So,
once you will be able to manage at least 6 months in advance if you have that
mm.
much of amount in your pocket, right?
Mm.
So 6 months are quite enough in the field of technology to do something.
Mm.
But if you have only 1 month expenditure with you, you will be
Mm.
lost.
Right.
Right? You cannot do anything. Basically, the lockdown it was very lucky for me. Why? Because in lockdown, multiple companies are off-boarded, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as an IT guy, I'm having multiple connections in multiple IT companies, right? So
Mm-hmm.
uh, after lockdown, multiple inventory was sold by the companies as a
Mm-hmm.
scrap, multiple servers, multiple routers, right? So over that time, I got very good kind of deal, and
Mm.
I have procured, I think, more than 20 servers for me at
Nice.
very cheap price, and I set up my own data center here in India
Oh, okay.
at my home only. And I used to provide the labs to my students on rental basis. So that is my regular business which is going on.
Okay.
So these servers are very, very good for me because like small companies, they they were unable to, survive in during that period. So they
Yeah.
sold everything. And I was having multiple connections with my scrub vendors in IT.
Mm-hmm.
So they called me, they told me like they guys having this kind of configuration in servers. So I borrow some money from here and there and I did it actually because that was my future plan, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I have to work on that. And now things are stable. My servers are up and running and they are earning for me.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That is the only thing, na, like what we actually need. Like my plan, it was always to have some, static source of income. Like I have to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When I will be sleeping, I will be earning. So that was my point. So right now I'm having two sources. First one is YouTube revenue,
Mm-hmm.
and second
Okay.
one is my server, and third one that are you guys. Like I'm teaching
Okay.
you, you are paying me the fees. So these kind of sources I made.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, enter the password.
Sure.
And in future as well, like you guys also have to do something for yourself. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
rely on the job for your entire life.
Absolutely, man. That's what the aim is. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's not into the IT only. Like you can set up your business, whatever. Like right? You can do
Mm-hmm.
that, but it should be into your core interest only, right? If you are doing anything which is in your interest, you like so much, so you will be on boom. Not so
Mm-hmm.
quickly, but after some time, you will get the results.
True.
Okay, so go to the tools, open Active Directory and domain services. Yeah, Active Directory version computers. Expand the forest. Users. Right click on administrator. Copy. Enter the username. Create one user with your name.
Sure.
Or enter the logon.
That's, you know what? It was a bit confusing, but let's do Joe. Though we'll keep it Joe.
Okay. Next. Enter some password. Click on next. Finish. Uh, right click on administrator. Rename. Rename.
Rename?
Rename. Yeah.
Okay.
We cannot use the local administrator to avoid the hackers. Okay. We will
Mm-hmm.
always rename or delete the default administrator. So
Sure.
let's make it CTX admin, Citrix admin, CTX admin. Perfect. Click yes. Click yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now close that Active Directory console. So our AD configuration is done. Now click on the yellow flag. Open the DSCP. Click on next. Next. Close it. Now open the tools. Open DSCP. Maximize that. Right click on IPv4. New scope. Next. Name it like Citrix Lab. Next. Now we have to give starting and end IP. So 100 is given to the server, and for servers we will use 100, 101, something like that, right? In the series of 100.
Okay.
So now make it 10 dot
Oh,
10
sorry.
dot
Yeah.
no 192 168
Okay.
10 dot make it 50 to 99 into the end make it 99. So what
Sure.
it will do, it will allocate IPs to virtual machine from 10.50 to 10.99 only. Okay,
Mhm.
click on next. We do not want any exclusion or delay. Next.
Mhm.
Lease is 8 days. Okay, next. Next, into the router make it 10.2. Click on add.
Sorry about that noise in the background.
Next, Davinder.com IP is fine. Next. Next again. Next again. Finish it. So right click. Right click on davinder.com, dc.davinder.com. Just above,
Uh,
just above the IPv4.
okay.
Yeah.
Good. Mhm.
Right click, all task, restart. So what we have done, we have configured our DHCP server. So in future,
Mhm.
whenever you will create the new virtual machines, all the virtual machines will get IP address from our DHCP scope only. Okay. Now
Okay.
open the DNS and let's see. We have nothing to do in DNS right now, but we have to check it.
Mhm.
Expand. Forward lookup zone, davinder.com. So
Mhm.
DCIP is fine, NT is fine, perfect. Yeah, that is fine. Close this. Now note down your homework to do.
Sure.
Open a notepad. Now you have to create two virtual machines with Windows Server OS. Windows Server OS.
Absolutely. Okay.
Host name of first machine will be DDC. That stand for Desktop Delivery Controller. Okay, that will
Okay.
be our Citrix Delivery Controller. And host name for second machine, it will be Storefront. And the memory you have to give to first machine DDC, that will be 8 GB. Storage will be 60 GB. It will work, and that is fine. And for storefront, memory 4 GB is fine. RAM, and again storage 60 GB. Okay, and you have to join both the machines into your domain. And very important, to deliver the IP address to these machines, every machine, it should be
Mhm.
connected to host only network adapter. Note that down.
Okay.
Host only network adapter. Otherwise, it will not get IP from our DHCP scope. Why? Because our server is into the host only network adapter, right?
Yep.
So how to change that? Just right click on DC. I will show you that option. By
Sure.
default, virtual machines are configured with NAT adapter only. Go to the settings. Click on network. So you can see this machine is now configured with host only. But by default, when you will create new virtual machine, it will go with the NAT only. Okay.
Okay.
So our server is configured in host only. So our DHCP it will work in host only network adapter only. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So I hope you will do that by tomorrow.
Cool.
Okay, guys. One more thing. Tomorrow it's a weekend. So tomorrow timings may be different. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to wake up at 6:30 in weekends. Okay. So
Yeah, no,
so I will let you know the timing. So right now, as I can see, it's 6:28 p.m. for you, right?
right now it's 9:30. Of course, 9:30 p.m. right now.
Okay,
And
I'm simply watching that clock in server.
okay, maybe yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that clock I am
Mahesh, I have
referring.
one doubt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mahesh, if you use the NAT here, can I connect to the servers using IP address from my system?
Yes, you can connect, but both machines should be into the same network. Okay.
Both machines. My machine, you're saying?
Means when you have to join the machine in domain with NAT adapter, okay, that NAT one. So NAT one it will give you the internet access. Okay. And if you want to join that machine into your domain, so both the machines like your server and your end user machine, it should be in same network only, that is NAT or host only, whatever it is.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you use a host only network adapter on one machine and on another machine is running on different network adapter, right? So
Yeah.
these machine will never communicate to each other, right? Why? Because network ID change. So you can use any network adapter, but in test lab, why we are using host only network adapter? The reason is that we do not want to give internet access in our test lab. Why? Because to avoid the license cost. The reason is that if you give the internet access to the virtual machine, they will communicate to the license server and you will be having only 30 days or 180 days validities of license. So to avoid this,
Mhm.
I'm just restricting the internet access. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, if you are having
Okay.
license, you can go with the any adapter. It's totally up to you.
So if
And
it is NAT applied there, I can access from my here, right?
I'm not getting your point, what you are trying to say,
No, if I want to access this, now he is going to create two machines.
right?
I want to access.
You want to
So
access his machine, right?
yeah,
You cannot do that with NAT itself. The reason is that one thing is there in every router that is known as port forwarding. Okay, so you have to configure your gateway and your router for IDP access. You have to allow port number 3389. Just simply like if you want to access your company resources from your home network, you can do that. But you have to configure your router inside your company to open that particular port number.
okay.
Okay, so that is a
and
networking component.
Sarat, may I know like why do you want to access it? I'm just asking. Or what
No,
made you think that okay, you want to access this over the internet?
yeah, access for internet. Now what you are going to create these two machines?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Can I access? That's what the question is.
I would say this NAT feature within VMware is meant for let's say any virtual machine that you make in the VMware workstation. Let's say if you want to download some updates on those virtual machines, that NAT feature will be helpful. Other than that, I don't think you should be or you can be able to access those machines remotely unless and until we do like Mukesh mentioned that we have to do certain port forwarding in my home router so that you should be able to access it. So that different story altogether.
Okay.
Okay.
I will let you know how to configure the router port forwarding, right? So you simply have to map your host IP with your machine name. That's it. Okay,
And
so yes, go ahead.
Mahesh, sorry,
Mhm,
glad you already talked about the weekend classes. I will be able to connect tomorrow, like tomorrow's class, whenever you give us the time.
mhm,
But on Sunday class, like for the whole Sunday Canada
mhm.
time, and
So
probably
we can discuss the things offline. And if
okay, sounds good.
tomorrow class needs to be skipped or rescheduled, I will inform both of you guys. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So you have got your homework. You have to do it. Okay. You can take your time. And that's it from my side. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you, man.
You
Yeah.
Take
too.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.